What's up, Illuminaries? We have a jam-packed episode for you today, like Lorcana France Quad Case Tournament and other big tournaments that happened this weekend. So without further ado, let's quest out. Alright guys, it's your co-host Luis.
This is Rob.
And other Rob.
Yeah! And we're finally quest for 3, guys. How does it feel? Finally got 3 people here on the pod.
I'm just glad we could all make it in today.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if I'm a permanent fixture now, but maybe this might be a thing.
As long as we're questing for 3.
Yeah, you guys let us know. Yeah, as long as we're questing for 3, guys. Well, like I said, guys, we have a lot of stuff to cover today. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to start with Lorcana France Quad Case Tournament that happened this weekend. Shout out to Lorcana Fran.
Lorcana Fran.
Yeah. So we had...
and shout out Hungry Dragon.
Yeah, Hungry Dragon, too. Hungry Dragon in Murrieta.
Yup.
California. Yeah.
Honestly, one of the nicest shops.
Yeah,
it was so wonderful.
So convenient.
Yeah.
Like, they have a little restaurant and a tea shop and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so sick.
Yeah,
It was such a nice place to play, for sure.
Yeah.
You can get a coffee and then play right there.
And they bring you the food, too.
Yeah,
Oh
bring
my
it to you.
God.
Like,
So sick.
what table are you at?
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I'm at bottom table. Well, yeah, so I didn't get to participate, but both my friends over here, they got to participate. Roberto, what'd you get? What were you going with?
We made top 16. We were just on purple steel, back to the basics. I have no Dumbos, so I built a list basically trying to beat any mirrors that was going to play Dumbo, go into Blurple well, all those good stuff. Started off on a really good tip, 3-0, was on a hot run, and just kind of downhill from there. Just some tough draws, some tough top decks, some tough matchups. So no biggie. We'll get them next time. Keep on working. But I had a really good time playing. I really love the format, honestly. A really good time. Some of the most fun I've had playing Lorcana. So really good time.
Yo, pull up the deck. I want to see what you're running because you were big. You were doing like Lilo versus the Jafar.
So I was really big on the pump. Jafar. I really like Jafar over Lilo just because it's also 3-2 and then it quests for 2. So it gives the pump to whatever character I need it to, the Cusco, the Rafiki, the Calhoun, whatever I'm going to use it on for the turn. If they're playing Amber Steel, it pumps the hook, you know what I mean? Anything to take out a Daisy, or it's always going to get favorable trades pretty much. And then once it's on, I quest for 2, and it's a 3-body, so it's taking out pretty much anything down with it as well. So it was doing a lot of work. Jafar was probably like the highlight of the whole entire deck. Library was super spicy for me, but that's why I wanted to play like Diablos and Cuscos, just so that like if I get a wide board and I can get those things started, library is just something that I have to go into, or else I'm getting super favorable trades into everything. Everything was super hot. It was super smooth list, and just didn't run maybe 100% that day.
Do you think that maybe instead of playing like the 4 Jafars, you might have wanted to do like some split of like Jafar Lilo? Because I know Lilo kind of gives you like the Cricky effect that we just don't have access to anymore.
Yeah,
and sometimes with this type of a deck, you get like to build these really wide boards.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know if Lilo maybe... Did you miss it at all? Did you not?
In my matchups, I feel like a lot of the time it's the waiting game, right? And they're only going to give you the trades that they're really okay with. So then, I don't know, you never really get the opportunity to go Lilo, and then I'm going to trade everything on my board into it. And then with all my 3 attackers anyway, it ended up not needing so much pump, you know what I mean? The pump usually ends up only needing to be on like the one character or so, you know? Especially with Hypnotic Strength, like there was a play I was able to do double Hypnotic onto Cusco. It was super huge. It was like super like not amazing, like, you know what I mean? But in the moment, like it was super good. Like it felt like super great.
I draw 3 times.
And then draw twice. He was already in a library, so yeah, draw 3 times basically, 4 times total, like off 2 Hypnotics and a Cusco and a trade. Like that all felt like super beautiful. Like yeah, but as far as like Lilo, I feel like when she's on the board too, like she's only 2/2 crust for 1, so then you're not also getting that trade off of her as a body. Like they're just gonna take her out usually and still have a body. So Jafar was taking somebody with him pretty much every time. Like,
Gotcha. Did you not ever test out the Stitch, the Steel Stitch?
I didn't personally. Like I knew like once you fit in Lilo, I feel like you need to play that one, so I didn't want to feel stuck to both of them. In my mirror, a card that I really thought would have maybe helped, so like if I brought down like maybe 1 White Rose or maybe even 1 Yago, Dolores Madrigal. I think having a 3/3 quest for 2 and an extra draw, and draw's super huge in this metagame, so I think that one was super huge. That one was one that I was probably thinking about testing out.
Would you split it for like the Yzma?
Yeah, maybe even Yzma, you know what I mean? But Yzma creates some super big plays too, especially when you can Yzma into a dock or anything
Yeah,
like
because
that.
three Yago, I'm like Yago's so cracked, bro. Like
Yago's
Yago's
super
so
good,
cracked,
yeah.
bro.
But then in the mirror, I was also maybe missing fire cannons just because, like, once a Yago comes down and he gets fire cannons, it feels so bad.
I can't, bro.
Yeah, I could see that maybe in like your version of the list. Because you're playing like the snake and the white rose and stuff, you might want to be a bit lower to the ground
Right.
and be more aggressive. So maybe cards like Iago might not fit the bill as
Yeah,
well.
I could have seen that too. Like, I felt like
Um,
Lawrence maybe could have been more
yeah,
handy for
Lawrence
sure.
or even like you said, Dolores might have been better. Um, I mean, things like Elsa, I feel like you just have to play that card
Yeah,
regardless.
she's
It's
just
just too
stable.
good.
Like, you have to go for it.
The bell could also maybe, maybe be a card that you could look towards cutting.
Yeah, she's
Um,
definitely a bit on the chopping block for me for sure,
mhm.
but she has super clutch and vital moments. But I think, like you're saying, like cutting the Yago, you probably maybe cut the bell too, just because so many
Yeah.
things don't carry so much damage.
Exactly. Like your guys are pretty tiny
Right.
for the most part. So like if they get hit, they just die.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe the bell could come out, but I think with this version of the list, it's something close to like what Eddie was playing.
Yeah, yeah,
Who
super close.
plays for my team, if anybody didn't know that. You guys are actually super close on a lot of cards.
Right.
Except that his version felt a bit lower to the ground, where he
Yeah,
like
exactly.
is able to quest for more and stuff. So I think if you go that direction, I can see without having to play Dumbo, it feels a lot better doing that.
Yeah, for
So-
sure. Yeah, it totally felt clean. Like everything felt super good. I faced Eddie in our mirror, and like his list was super clean. Like we had the nuts against each other. It was just haymaker. Like, oh, I control board now. I control board.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna quest out, and now he's gonna quest out. So it was a super fun match. And yeah, he definitely had the nuts. The Jasmine card, the evasive 3/7, and then you can discard a card to pump it.
Yeah.
Really into that. Probably looking into maybe fitting that in here, even though like going lower to the ground, like I still think it's a really good tech just to go into
for sure.
like mirrors and like anything else that you might have to deal with.
Yeah, it might be better than like the bell.
Yeah, exactly.
But then if you play that, you might want to play the bell because the
Yeah.
Jasmine can hold a lot of
Hold a lot of
damage. Because it's like
damage,
a
exactly.
3/7,
Yeah,
Yeah.
3/7.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a huge card and evasive too, so not many things can touch it either.
and then it can turn into a
Yeah,
6/7.
you can just
Yeah.
get on like, bro, for no reason, bro.
Yeah, turn into the 6/7. Let's go.
Oh my god, bro.
So I mean, yeah, that was my list. Felt pretty smooth, but yeah, some things to work on for sure. We'd like to move on to your list for sure.
Yeah, bro. So
Super
we
smooth
got
as well.
super spicy, bro.
Not at all.
Super spicy, bro.
Not at all. Don't lie.
Super spicy.
Dude, I literally named my deck list boring because of like how cookie cutter it is. But
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean,
If it ain't broke, don't fix
sometimes
it.
it's just what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, the list is pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. I actually got it off of Harlan.
Yeah.
He put out a video about it like not that long ago. I want to say like last week sometime. This is JDRR's list.
Right.
Okay.
And him and Harlan, I guess, have been playing it,
Yeah.
and they felt like really strong with it.
Yeah, again.
And I literally put 0 games in with it. I just sleeved the deck up, took it to the event,
Just
and then
handled,
just
yeah.
played. Like, it's 4 ofs pretty much every card in the deck,
Yeah,
so
super
you're
consistent.
bound to see it, right? Like, Iago is a house. That card just bodies aggro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is why I think you have to play 4 of that card because your turn 3 your turn 3 play I feel like has to be a big body. So either you have to have the Tipo into Elephant or you have to have the Tipo or Sail on 2 into like the Iago to really pressure the aggro boards. Because like your Dumbo's not really doing anything
Yeah,
into
that-
them.
not that fast.
Your Genie's not really doing anything into them. And so, yeah, the Iago felt really strong. I know that a lot of people have been shaving or cutting Iagos out of their deck because they don't want it to get like hypnotic strength or
Yeah.
whatever in the mirrors. But realistically, if you're on the play and you play your Iago on turn 3 and your opponent ramped on 2, but then took their turn 3 off to play hypnotic strength to
Yeah.
kill your Iago,
Yeah,
They're way
you're
off
saying.
tempo.
it doesn't feel bad. Like
Yeah.
you still get to follow up with your turn 5,
Right.
either like your Elsa or you can play like your Dumbo or something out. Like doesn't matter. So yeah, I don't know. The whole hypnotic strength argument of like why Iago's bad doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah,
I could see why being on the draw it would feel worse
For sure.
Because if your opponent plays their turn 4 and then your turn 4 is play Iago and then their turn 5 is Hypnotic Strength your Iago, that probably feels bad.
Yeah.
But
Pretty bad.
other than that, TikTok was in my Inkwell probably 80% of the time.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Would you add another big Elsa, or is it too much aiming?
Yeah, so I mean, there's really not a whole lot to talk about this deck list. I think realistically, if I wanted to go to an event, I want my deck list to look as close to this as possible.
Right.
Because I feel like consistency matters more than playing like all these really wonky like tech cards that people try to put in their
Reline
deck.
combos or something.
Yeah,
like
or like
that.
they play a bunch of one-ofs or something to like try to beat mirrors and stuff like that. I really think that your edge is just be the better player. So have your deck be as consistent as possible and just outplay your opponent, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
To me, that's just how I think. But then again,
Makes
I don't
sense.
know. Some people think that playing the one-ofs and stuff like that is what gives you the edge.
Yeah, like the toolbox.
Yeah,
Toolbox.
but the problem is that it makes you weaker in other matchups by doing that, right?
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
um,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we saw some stuff like the mirror, right? We can like zoom by that.
the mirror's boring.
Yeah, the mirror's
Yeah,
boring, so
yeah,
we can
that's-
just skip that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the mirror is just all about
Yeah.
it's a skill expression,
Yeah.
which is I actually enjoy the mirror. It reminds me a lot of Magic, where you play like control versus control mirrors.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of like skill expression in those types of matchups. So I enjoy that because it makes me use my head, like my brain.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's really not a whole lot to talk about here. I think
Yeah.
everybody's kind of seen
Yeah,
the
yeah.
work.
Everybody
Yeah,
knows
and
the
the
list,
line's
yeah,
like the
for
line's
sure.
just like you know,
Yeah.
turn 1 you go turn 2 Tipo, you get to the Iago,
Mm.
and then he puts in an Elsa, right, and then he can just sing second star to the right the next turn.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's, beautiful.
It's just
a
so
beautiful
good.
combo for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, and like the hardest decisions sometimes are like, do I play my one drop? Do I not play my one drop?
Right.
Yeah,
That's like the
right.
hardest
I hear you.
decision in the deck, right? But
Yeah, for sure.
I think a lot of people are intimidated by the deck because they think it's really hard to play. Realistically, it's not unless you're playing the mirrors.
And you start to
You just
think,
answer.
yeah.
You just find the answers. You're either good at Elsa or you're good at Bell. Turn 4.
Yeah, for the
I'm
most
saying,
part.
like-
I think this is probably one of the easiest control decks to play.
Yeah,
So if you are looking to get into playing a control deck or you're trying to switch up like your play style,
for sure,
this is probably a pretty good deck to like learn that with. But yeah, I mean, like I said, TikTok, Inkwell most of the time. Visions also was in my Inkwell a lot.
Oh,
I
really?
mean, I played it more in the late game, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
you only need
You
one.
want-
yeah,
yeah,
Would
like,
you potentially
two
play
of-
like Finders instead of Vision?
no, no,
Just 'cause
I
the
would not
turn
play Finders.
Takes you way off tempo.
Yeah, dude, taking turn 5 off. Like this actually happened a bunch. I played 2 or 3 mirror matches that day
For sure.
where they would take their turn 5 off to play like a Finders Keepers against me,
Yeah.
and then they're not like playing to the board, but then
Yeah.
I get to play to the board, so now they're behind even though they drew 3 cards. It doesn't really matter because like this format is not about that. This
Yeah,
format's
it's
about playing for the board.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Um,
so instead of the TikTok, like, would you just put another 6 drop? Like the you can put Anna maybe can come back, or the Robin Hood that everyone has.
I do like the Blue Robin Hood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Blue Robin
I
Hood.
do like that card. I get why people play the TikTok. It's a big body. It can soak a lot of
sticks around,
damage.
yeah.
It sticks. It's a really good bell target. It's essentially like playing copies of Elephant. What is that? 5 through 8 or 5 through 7?
Yeah, no, it's-
So I kind of get the point behind it, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I was rarely playing it out.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was playing it out, I was just already so far ahead. Like,
yeah,
it didn't
it
matter.
was just a big body.
Yeah.
The support you're gonna get is from the Basso anyways.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that's a great. I mean, like you said, it's boring, but like it's really back. It's like back to the basics.
Yeah.
I want to show one more deck from the Lorcana friend that Spice.
From the
This is in
event.
your opinion, like what a lot of people say is purple green's probably the best Dumbo deck.
I've been saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is very spite like look 4 ofs of everything, very clean. They never come back. So it's either between that or the Hevelups and Woozles card, right? If you're thinking like an advantage target, but the fact that's just to exert 2 chosen
Headlamps
characters.
is super good. You stop them from questing, right?
Yeah.
And you can sing it. But
But they
I
have to
really
be
like them. They never come back just because you freeze them, right? It's like an Elsa ability just on an action and you draw a card. Like, I feel like it's super nice. Like, if you fall behind in tempo, because this one's pretty much all about tempo and board, right? So if you fall behind, you can freeze them and then catch right up if you need to.
How many evasives are we looking at? 1, 2.
Almost
3,
the whole thing,
4.
pretty much. Like,
That's 20 evasive cards. No, the go-go is 24 evasive
Mhm.
cards. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
24 evasive. That's crazy, man. That's perfect. Louis, so good, bro.
And I
Can
feel
you
like,
imagine Louising and then doing the exert or
yeah.
pull
And
the
I
lever.
also feel like he's probably playing light on the evasives. Like the Louis
Right.
could be like 3-drop
An
fast
evasive,
flyer,
yeah,
right?
I
Like
hear you.
it could be Tinkerbell, or
Okay,
it
yeah.
could be like a whole different other card. Yeah, I mean the elephant maybe it's not even necessary here. Like he could play another evasive in that spot. I don't know. But
Yeah,
I mean the deck looks clean.
Yeah.
It's just it looks like Blurple, but with
Yeah, it's
purple,
more,
with
and
green
it's like
cards.
a mid-range, like
Yeah.
purple steel
Cards,
kind
yeah,
of.
absolutely.
That's good though.
I really like pull
it.
the lever, wrong lever too. I think that's like some of the best removal right now in the game, to be honest. So it's like with Louis, I feel like once you go Pegasus, Merfolk, and then you go into Diablo, and then you go Louis, you have a lot of tempo there. Like it's hard to keep up, especially if you don't have the evasives to ever answer that Pegasus or that Diablo. They're probably gonna make a favorable trade with those cards, and then usually they're getting a favorable trade with Louis. I feel like, but to each their own with that one. I know a lot of people are divided on the Louis.
I mean, you add what if you add the target shifts for the Pegasus?
It
I don't
didn't
it's
come
not
back.
legal.
It's not. It didn't
didn't
come
come
back.
back.
Oh, I'm dead, bro. I can't
So, yeah.
even. But yeah, pull the lever, wrong lever, one of the best removals in the game. And so yeah, I would. There's one thing I was gonna add, but I forgot it already. Oh yeah, so yeah, if you're one of the rich people that got all their Dumbos, you can probably run the green purple.
Yeah.
So if you
If you
got
want
it
to
for,
take something spicy to your local
Yeah,
visit
that's
or
so
something,
good. I can't wait to try it
I
out.
really enjoyed it.
Oh, also I forgot to add for the event. I did end up making top 4.
yeah, exactly.
On paper, I won.
Okay.
So I
Right.
ended up getting my buy for Denver,
Exactly.
which I ended up buying my plane ticket for yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
think you're
so-
probably going to take the same list to Denver or any sneak
Can't
peeks?
tell. We can't tell.
We will discuss that actually when we get to a couple of the other decks.
Yeah,
We'll talk
alright.
about some potential changes.
Yeah,
But
period.
yeah, going back to this deck, I do like the Never Came Back. I don't know if he was playing that in response to a specific strategy,
Right.
but with the deck that we're about to go over, They Never Came Back is actually insane playing into that matchup. So if we pull that list up, which is going to be the Purple Still by Thiago, or Thiago. I think it's Thiago, right?
Yeah,
It's
Thiago,
and
yeah.
at the Charlie's Collectibles show this weekend.
Yes. So the reason why They Never Came Back, I think, is picking up a little bit in popularity, or could be a good call, is if he's winning with this strategy, which is playing all the illusions,
Yeah.
Right.
They Never Came Back targets 2 cards.
At a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So you get to 2 for 1 your well, actually it's a 3 for 1 because I think it also draws you a card,
It
right?
draws your card.
Yeah, so you get to 3 for 1 your opponent with They Never Came Back because you get to target 2 of their illusions, which
Yeah.
then kills them,
Yeah, right.
and then you get to draw your card off of your card as well.
Yeah, totally.
So it's like super busted.
nasty,
yeah.
Especially if they're going to run these Rajas and just be like, hey, here's my 3/3. Like, you must use an action on it. Like, it's really
Yeah.
nice to be able to be like, okay, well, I'll take your Palace card with it too. Like,
Yep. Or your snake.
Yeah.
Or if they maybe start to play like Iago or something, maybe to combat the mirrors.
right.
That way they kind of go a little bit bigger. So then that way they have more trade power.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, yeah, They Never Came Back could even potentially, I think, make it into Blurple. I think
Yeah, I
you could
hear
play
you.
like 2 of or something.
Because
Maybe
that
over
Palace
like
card sticks around in these purple steel lists too. Like, it just sticks around. It's like
Dude,
their new
yeah,
Daisy.
tell me about it,
yeah.
bro. Oh my god.
So it'd be nice to just have a card where you can be like, well, I'm going to get rid of your really good play that you just played, your snake, and I'm going to get rid of that Palace card because I don't really want to deal with it with my
Yep.
characters. Like,
Yep.
it's so nice.
But
Yeah, sorry. No.
go for
I
it.
was just saying, he just stays on board forever. Like the games I have, it was.
He's like
crazy.
Daisy. He's
But
like
real
Daisy
quick,
for purple.
let's go back to the 8 elephants. I just wanted to talk about Clay's. I feel like I didn't even get to name his deck. So yeah, Clay Howell. But like, the Never Came Back. I was gonna ask, they don't have to be exerted to choose them, right? Like the thing can not go off,
Right.
Yeah.
right? They can be ready and you just target them,
Yes.
and then they
They're-
just
yeah,
go away.
they still
even
got
though-
targeted by
okay.
the action.
That's what I want to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You were gonna say.
No, that was it.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to try this green purple, but I gotta get my Dumbos, bro.
I
Man.
know.
Well, shout out Clay, bro. That's great. But yeah, Thiago's
So
purple
Thiago's
too.
list super good. I mean, I think the format's super clean that he can continue to win like 2 really big tournaments, like huge tournaments with this strategy. So I mean, like I think that's a testament to the format, just that he was able to top 2 events with like similar lists and just handle. You know what I mean? Shout out to Thiago for sure.
Yeah, I definitely think this is going to be the list that most people play
Yeah.
going into the weekend. The one thing with the illusions, even though they have the vanish keyword, is that they're all just really overstated bodies for how much they cost.
Yeah, exactly.
So like a 3/3 for 2 is crazy. A 1/4 for 1. I mean, we've seen that before. Oh no, actually we've seen 1/3s, right?
Yeah,
1/3s for 1.
1/3s, but still.
So a 1/4 for 1 is, I mean, Daisy level power,
yeah, exactly,
you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And then a 4/4 for 3 that gains you 2 lore.
And gains you 2 lore.
Crazy.
Is so insane. Yeah.
So I definitely think that this is the list that most people are going to look at. Going into the weekend, I think this version probably has a better matchup into Blurple than some of the other lists.
Right.
Only because you have a little bit more reach and your cards replace themselves a bit better.
Yeah.
Like he's also playing the Treasure Guardian.
Yeah, it's
dude,
so
3/3
also a
quest
3/3
for
quest for
2,
2
bro.
body. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Replaces itself.
I can definitely see how this deck might play a little bit better into decks like Blurple.
For sure.
So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for this list.
Yeah.
If you're planning to play this weekend anywhere, or if you're going to Denver, I'm definitely gonna have to test against this and see how
Yeah, I
that
hear
plays.
you.
So
Yeah, because there's not a lot of target that Blurple has right now. Like other than Into
No.
the Unknown, and it's already
and
doing
Hypnotic, yeah, we
Yeah,
have
so,
Hypnotic, and
so
that's it.
why you're saying throwing in that card.
Yeah.
They never came back.
Yeah,
Like,
they never came
Mm.
back. Yeah, I really liked it.
You better get those cards now before they spike
Foils,
up, guys.
foils,
yeah,
buy
Oh,
foils.
yeah, get your
Buy
foils. Yeah, buy your foil. They never came back for sure. So then this Blurple list by Corey P from CCS. This is one that is super spicy because of the Baymax, you know?
Yeah, so these are the changes I kind of wanted to talk about as the Blurple player, I guess, at the table.
Right.
Yeah.
So as you can see, he's cutting down the TikToks. He's only
Right.
playing 2, which I can agree with. I think that card is one of the more malleable cards in the deck. I don't think it's a necessary
Yeah, I hear you.
inclusion. He is also shaving on the Iago. He's going down to 3 instead of the full 4. He also cut on the Madam Mim, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think that card is really busted. It's super good into the steel decks. The Baymax is really interesting. And then also, he's not playing Visions like a lot of other Blurple decks are. He's
Right.
playing Develop, which I asked myself, why would you want to play Develop over Visions? Because Visions is such a better late game card, right?
Totally.
But looking in on it, it makes sense because if you are going, if you're looking for, say, turn 2 ramp,
Yeah.
right? So say you do your mulligan, you miss your turn 2 ramp on the mulligan, but you have Develop. Your Develop can do a couple of things here. So it can help you go turn 1, look for your turn 2 ramp. So that way you
Totally.
don't miss it. So it's a little bit more consistent. Or if you have Develop plus your turn 2 ramp, which like let's say it's a
yeah.
sail,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can go sail into ink into Develop to look for your turn 3 play. So you can hopefully find like your Genie or your Iago or something to be able to set those turns up, because your first 2-3 turns are like crucial to your deck actually doing
super
anything.
crucial.
If you miss turn 2 ramp, the deck falls apart.
Yeah, it totally falls apart.
Yeah, so it's pretty rough, but I mean, if you hit that turn 2 ramp, your deck's firing on all cylinders.
Right.
The Baymax is cool. It allows you to quest for 4 a lot, because you get the trigger off of the quest,
Yeah.
and then you get to heal your guy, which a lot of your bodies get to hold damage.
Yeah.
So like, you know, your Belle, your Elsa, your Elephant, your Iago, all of these guys are going to be able to, like, you know, smack into dudes and then hold like 2 to 3 damage, and then you have this Baymax now that can clear the damage, gain you lore, and then also quest for 2.
Yeah.
So it kind of puts a
2/6
clock.
body, so like not many things is going into him, let alone all these other huge bodies you already have out there.
Yep. So the Baymax can kind of put on a clock, which is good for the mirrors.
Yep.
So it helps you like speed up the game a little bit.
For
And
sure.
then the second Elsa over one Elsa, I think it's just player preference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather see it more, in my opinion. But I keep seeing 4 Into the Unknowns now. It's like we're not scared anymore.
Oh no, you have to play
You
four.
need
yeah,
to.
you're
You
not
need to
scared,
remove
like-
them.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of 3s and now, like I was saying, because just like it's just like Hades, but the thing of just giving them more ramp instead of the mirror. But like you're gonna be drawing more cards than they ever are. So like
Yeah.
that's the necessary evil that you were saying.
Yeah, totally.
The only thing I might want to change, like compared to this list, is I might want to cut, like, say that one of the 8-drop Elsas and play like a third second star.
Right.
Which I know that might sound kind of crazy, but second star literally wins you games.
Yeah, wins games.
Like,
drawing
you-
5 cards is just too insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Then is there another top end card that we haven't seen that when you're drawing that much, if to have a one of might help?
Radigan.
Oh yeah, the Radigan. Quest for 4 Ward.
Quest
Quest
for
for
4
Ward, bro.
Yeah,
You have to put it into the inkwell to keep him alive, but
Yeah,
he's
you
such a
have to
big
just keep
body, and that's not that hard to keep inking when you have so many cards, right?
that's kind of a spicy one, and it's one that I've been wanting to test. Just because it wins you the mirrors, I think.
Right.
Yeah, it's a 6/7. It's huge. It has ward, so they can't target it.
Hades it, yeah.
And you know, you're inking every turn anyway, so like the clause of if you don't ink doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But I definitely think Radigan could be like one of the cards that just like blows open the mirror match.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's like one card that I'm kind of looking at. It's also inkable.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
so
so
if you
either
see
play-
it,
yeah,
you
you
get
got-
rid of it.
Alright,
Yeah,
we should move
absolutely.
on to that blue
So,
steel. Am I
yeah,
seeing
we'll go to the
sapphire
blue steel
steel?
from the San
What I
Diego
say?
Enchanted Celebration.
Nice. This is the okay.
So this is really awesome. Our good friend Hector played a very similar deck list. He was playing Scars, which Scar was super huge. I think it's going
I
to
love
continue to be
Scar,
super huge, especially with boosting all these allies. This one particularly is super spicy just because of Aurora. You know, giving all your characters ward, I think, is huge.
And then the Jasmine, right? The discard. Is that the discard one or the ally one?
That's
That's
the
discard. That's the one where you
it's the
discard.
evasive,
Yeah, the
yeah.
evasive one. Yeah.
Yeah, the evasive one. Something that Hector was also playing that I noticed was not a part of this list was Jasmine on 1. With the Jasmine shift, that when you quest, you can go and find your allies.
Yeah.
I think that was a super broken, like turn 1, turn 2, and then turn 3 Pleekly onto that shift and put both of them into your inkwell. After you just found like whatever allies that you're going to need to be playing after that, I think is like super huge. I thought it was a really cool play for Blue Steel. I know that they're not doing similar stuff here, but that was just something I noticed about it. That was
I noticed Isaiah is just playing 4 Hades. He found room to put 4 Hades, bro.
Yeah,
In here.
you have to.
Yeah,
and 3
which
Beyond the
is crazy.
Horizons,
Yeah.
4 docks. Unequal count. That's it though, right? So it's just
But,
7,
yeah, docks.
11 total. Oh, with 3 Scrooges, so
Yeah.
14 total.
14,
It's a little
yeah.
bit high, but I think with the Mulan and everything else, the T-pose, I think it's probably no issue.
No, yeah, you should be fine. Honestly, I like this version of the deck a lot better than Allies. No shade to anybody who plays Allies, but I think Allies can sometimes just be inconsistent. Because you kind of need a lot of key pieces to like fall into place for the deck to really feel powerful.
Yeah, totally.
Whereas this deck is just very, again, consistent.
Clean, yeah.
Right? Like consistency, I feel is a big thing right now. And if your deck can just do the same thing over and over and over and over, you're more likely to win games.
Yeah. I hear you.
So I would, if I had to choose between Allies and this version of the deck, I'm picking this version almost every day. I think this matchup, or I think that this deck matches up into other decks very well. You should have a decent Blorple matchup only because you kind of go way bigger than they do, playing cards like Vincenzo, Tinkerbell, Hades, the 6-drop Robin Hood, the Jasmine. Like, you have a lot of cards that kind of just like check their cards pretty well.
Absolutely.
And then also too, this is probably the only deck where you can play a 7-drop on turn 4.
Yeah.
So for people who want to pick this deck up, the way that works is your 1-drop doesn't matter. You want to go turn 2 Tipo,
Right.
and then you're going to go turn 3 play Sail, ink, quest with your Tipo, play Pleekly, send
That's
the Tipo
so
into
nasty,
the inkwell,
yeah.
and then so now going into your turn 4,
You're
you have
already on
access to 7 ink.
Yeah.
So now you have Hades, Vincenzo, like you have
Yeah.
all these big hitters
Right.
just coming down so fast that a lot of decks just don't know how to like deal with that card,
yeah.
you know? So, and then the other thing too, your Hades and Vincenzo being able to solo sing Beyond the Horizon
Yeah.
is
huge.
like crazy.
super huge.
So,
Because you might have used all your cards to get into that setup,
Yeah.
but then they're just going to sing the Beyond the Horizon and get you
Yep.
the 3 cards that you need.
yep. I also just really like Smash as a removal spell right
Yeah,
now.
I love it right now too.
Like, you know, you play into any purple deck, they like jam an elephant into you, a Dumbo, I should say.
Smash, yep.
they just like jam a Dumbo and you're like smash.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
my
like,
God.
they're
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. That's why I really love Smash.
Yeah.
I really love Fire the Cannons. I feel like the 3 Smash 4 Strength has been really good for most steel setups that I've been running. Fire the Cannons, I've been trying to find places, but I mean, obviously this one doesn't need it. But
It's an aggro
It's
thing.
just
I just feel
still
like
so-
two
yeah,
of
it's
like
a
a lot of
super big
aggro
aggro
decks.
thing.
They just run 2 of as an aggro player myself.
mm.
They just really you run 2 and you're fine because all you gotta do is bother them for 1 churn and you're already going ahead.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, this deck looks super solid. I know that a version of this did top 8 my event back in Anaheim.
oh yeah,
So it looks like Izzy just took that shell and then changed a couple of cards,
right.
but he didn't take any cards out or like put new cards in. He just changed
the
numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I think the other list was playing 4 Tinkerbell
Okay.
and was only playing 3. Was it playing 3 Hades?
Right.
Yeah, so you went up, yeah.
Yeah, so and I know the other list was playing 2 Jasmines, but it was playing 4 Auroras.
Right. Because I think giving your character's ward is huge.
Yeah.
Right.
It
But like you said, it's all
is.
about
Steals.
consistency. Like
It
you just
is.
move those around.
But Aurora, I feel like Aurora's really only good into like one matchup realistically, which is Blurple,
You're right.
right? Because you just don't want them to like Hades your guy or like tap your guy and
until
kill
you're
it.
known, yeah.
So I think Aurora is probably really only good into that, which is why maybe he cut down on the 4, went down to 2. Now you could get into those positions where like you play double Aurora, right? And then you have the hard lock where your opponent just can't target anything.
Right.
So the only way that they can kill your board is if you like go sideways and quest. But I don't think it's a necessary card.
Right.
I know he went up on the Robin Hoods. I think the previous version only played 3. I think going to 4 is correct.
Yeah. Anywhere to get your drawing.
And also the evasive body.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which is probably why he also bumped up the Jasmine because of the evasive.
Yeah. I hear you.
You swing into Dumbo if they don't have Smash.
Yeah.
Like,
And then Beyond the Horizon, bumping that up to 3, also probably another nod towards Blurple. Just because it's the
If they're
deck
gonna
that tries
draw
to
so many
keep hand
cards,
advantage.
Yeah.
Mhm. So if you like Beyond a Blurple player, when they like, say if they second star or something, and they have like 10 cards in hand, you're just like, oh, Beyond you, and they're like, cry.
No, yeah, like, what
Like,
I
cry.
do now?
Yeah.
7 Uninkables locked onto 7 though feels scary too. Like if you see 3 or 4 of them in your initial hand, it feels just dead from the get, right?
Yeah. I mean, luckily we have like Mulan and Tipo to kind of mitigate.
counteract that. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's kind of the issue with playing decks like this that have like dock and stuff is you draw multiples of those cards and
Yeah.
it doesn't feel great.
You can always
But
cut. Yeah, you can always cut some.
But it's probably super fun. Like honestly, I'd bet I'd have a lot of fun playing this.
I
You
just
should
want to
try
see
it out.
Vincenzo, bro. Dude, just Vincenzo is just such
Once
a
he
good card
comes
to
out,
do.
a 2/8 is such a hard body to deal
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Quest for 3.
Like,
Like, he's,
yeah.
he's a time bomb himself.
Quest for what?
Yeah. Quest for 3?
All right,
So,
let's
I mean, yeah, I love that list for sure. But I think we're going into maybe this one being
a good control deck.
part of
like
the format now. I
yeah.
think Green Blue is going to be part of the format now for sure. This one's probably a little bit less controlled than the other shells, but this is the one that top 4'd at CCS. Jeremy
it's
Bertriani.
448 people. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, super crazy. I've been playing similar shells. I really like the Basil shift since you're going to be playing the one tap Basils. I think Universal Baymax shift is super huge, just so that no matter what, on turn 3, you're pretty much getting your 5/5 body that quests for 2. Like, almost nothing is dealing with that right now efficiently. And then everybody's been saying that the Perfect Gentleman, Donald Duck, that's the one that's putting it over the top. Finding your cards that you need. Once he comes down, like giving your opponent the one card probably is not that big of a deal because you're finding the one that you need more. and is
Especially if
gonna
you're the one ramping.
be favorable.
If you're the
Yeah,
one ramping.
especially
Like,
when
you have
you're
all
the
these
one
cards,
ramping.
but I'm the only one that can play all this.
Yeah. I definitely think this is probably one of the sleeper picks. I feel like this should have a decent matchup into aggro. You are the only deck that gets to play a board wipe.
Right.
So having access to Under the Sea is really big. You go bigger than Purple Steel. You go way bigger than Blurple, which if you're trying to beat those decks is typically where you want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know that I like this list 100%. I've been also testing this deck.
Yeah.
And I have a list that plays like Bend to Your Will, and it's not so heavy on like the shift cards. It's a little bit lighter on those. Plays more removal, so it plays like Heffalumps and Woozles. which I know it's not like a hard removal spell, but
Yeah, just
it's
like-
enough to slow the game down.
Much more tempo, yeah.
Yeah, so I think, I mean, but then again, he got top 4, so what do I know?
It's just my thing with Sapphire Emerald is like, once they know what you're doing, I feel like once your Clarabelle's gone, it's really hard to come back with the blue green.
That's
like,
what I
once
really enjoy about the list, or like the stuff that I've been playing is you don't necessarily, you're not hard locked into having to shift Clarabelle on 5 or like on 4. I feel like you can easily just, as long as you get your Baymaxes out and your Scrooges out and you can control the board from there, you can visions into maybe your Clarabelle or your Basil, your Donald Ducks. Like your draw's gonna come, you know what I mean, and then you're eventually gonna get into that Clarabelle and maybe get that card advantage. But even then, sometimes like they don't even have the cards to where like you're gonna Clarabelle and draw 2, draw 3.
when you playtest the Basil, how often do you get the quest? You quest and they discard a card.
Pretty often, yeah.
Oh, the
And-
7.
Yeah, and he's super huge just because of the bounce back too, right? Like you said, like maybe playing more tempo. Like a lot of people play Mother's Knows Best, and they're just trying to keep tempo so they can get to like their Clarabelle and their Basils and stuff like that.
Yeah, because there's definitely lines where, because I do play Mother Knows Best in my version as well.
Yeah.
And there are definitely lines where like my opponent will be empty-handed, but they have a card on board I can't deal with.
Yeah.
So then I can just like Mother Knows Best their guy, and then I have the Basil on board, so then I quest and make them discard the guy they just
Yeah,
bounced.
exactly.
So it's pretty rude, especially when you have to do stuff like that. There are a lot of lines where. So the reason I think I like this color combination is because it's the best Clarabelle deck.
Yeah.
Because you just get to play like, well, if you hit the sequence of playing Clarabelle on 1, you just leave it standing unless you know for
Yeah.
sure it can quest for free, right?
Right.
You leave it standing so it stays protected. You ramp, get to your Clarabelle on shift.
Right.
And then by the time that you're shifting your Clarabelle, you should only have like 1 or 2 cards in hand. And if those 1 or 2 cards is like a you're welcome, you get to like sing the you're welcome
Yeah.
off your Clarabelle to make your opponent draw 2 more cards, which makes your
Yeah.
Clarabelle better.
Yeah,
So
super better.
it's kind of like your recovery play, right?
Yeah,
So
for
now you
sure.
have this big 5/6 that quests for 2, so it's a big body, and it just like drew you 6 cards, which is like really big.
Yeah, it is super huge for sure. I'm really big on the heads held high thing. I even like to maybe even bring it up to 3 just because when you're not playing aggro, obviously just shifting your Baymax and having your Tipo and Baymaxing under the sea on 3 is super huge into those aggro matchups. But if you're not playing those aggro matchups, heads held high is huge to bring those mid-range, those purple steel decks, bring all of those characters down to the level that you need to under the sea them, and then you can. And then once you get all these six bodies out, like the universal Baymax shift, and you have your Scrooge, like your Baymax can just sing the heads held high alone, and then your other 2 characters can sing the under the sea usually. Like super really nice.
Because like if you're worried, like if it's just aggro, I get the 4 under the sea, but I feel like you can cut like maybe one, at least 1, unless it's a must have. Because I know you're gonna see a lot of aggro, but it's just a lot of under the sea.
It's almost like the new B prep, so it feels like you
Yeah.
need 4 of them, but
My list plays 3.
you can go to 3
Yeah,
totally.
I don't know that you absolutely need to play 4, but I could see if the metagame starts to shift in a way where aggro decks become a lot more prevalent,
Yeah.
then for sure I want 4.
Yeah, exactly.
But right now, if I'm gonna play into Blurple and I'm gonna play into Purple Steel a lot, like if I'm
Right.
going to a tournament tomorrow, right, and I know I'm gonna see a ton of those decks, Under the Sea has to be paired with Heads Held
Heads
High.
held high, yeah.
So I can see maybe cutting like 1 Under the Sea for 1 Heads Held High.
Yeah, that's how I have it right now. Is 3
A 3/3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that seems fine. The other thing I would do maybe is I would cut like, I don't know, maybe like one of the John Silvers. I don't think 4 Visions is an absolute necessity. You do draw a ton of cards in this deck already.
Dig
so
a little deeper has been really nice.
Ooh,
It's-
Dig seems hot.
It's hard to put more on Inkables, but it's not too bad. And yeah, once you have those big bodies like Singing Dig and then playing more cards is super nice.
Because you,
Okay.
like you said, you can see yourself just taking out an undersea. You got 3 undersea and then add a dig.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah, totally,
But
potentially, yeah.
yeah, solid. Like control, like mid-rangey deck. Would you say? Because it can't like beat the Blurple as much as it can in the control.
I actually think that this pairs into Blurple very well.
Yeah, totally.
Especially if you're playing the version that plays Bend, because I was playtesting 2 nights ago, and I was playing this deck versus Blurple, and I was winning a lot of games
Yeah.
because I would just set up like a turn where I would make them draw a bunch of cards with like You're Welcome or like with Donald Duck.
Yeah.
And then they would pass the turn with like 7-8 cards in hand, and I would just like bend them, and they're like, oh, yeah. So
Yeah, no.
Will. But
No, literally.
So yeah, it's pretty spicy. I like the bend. I like the discard.
Yeah, most people are saying you
one.
should play at least one,
It's a
especially
lot.
with the
Yeah.
second start to the ride and just everybody getting a lot of these purple like just draws off, like Dumbos and everything that you're gonna face. Well, at least one. feels
I'm
good.
honestly curious if there's a version of this deck that you can play where you play like Max, like the 3-drop and
Yeah,
the
like
and the
Max-
shift.
Yeah.
And instead of playing like I don't know, instead of playing like Tipo, you can play like 1-jump.
Yeah, right. And
Because you're not playing Pleakley, right? So like
then,
but then I guess you want the Tipo for the universal shift on the Baymax. I don't know. It could be something interesting to look
it's
into.
something I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about taking out the Basil shift, honestly, to do something
The
similar to
6-drop?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
But-
see that. The 6-drop doesn't seem super necessary.
It's nice for the discard so that once he's on the board or you can shift him, and they maybe have those 2 or 3 cards, you can just ink away, sail, ink away, and then every time that you're inking, you just exert it right away and make them discard. Yeah, it's kind of nice.
I kind of feel like it'd be sick to put the Singer Max in here though with the shift.
Yeah,
Because if you can replay like your welcomes or your 1-jumps and stuff, it
Yeah.
seems pretty cool.
it seems really good.
I remember one time when we were testing it, we were trying to bring in the Jasmine, bounce all your exerted characters. And
I
we were
played
like,
that.
We were like Spice.
Yeah,
and
I
we were
thought
going
it would
into
be
it. We're like,
fine.
nah.
But nobody
fucking
ever
back down.
exerts, especially once they see you're gonna play that Jasmine shift. They're just like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I
they're
think
like-
I won't exert then."
Yeah,
But
but then
like-
that's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then now they're just taking a turn to do nothing. Like
Right.
instead, where
You
they
can
would have
bait them.
maybe gained like 2-3 lore.
Yeah,
Right.
That is true. Those
They're
those are
respecting the
crucial
Jasmine.
moments.
Yeah,
they
so
gotta
they're
bait
just like,
them
oh.
every time. You gotta bait them. Well, yeah. So that for all now, the moment you all been waiting for, all my aggro flayers, all my aggro friends.
Boo.
We have another deck to show you here. We
Boo.
finally have.
Last deck
We've been
to
talking
cover.
about it. We finally have an Amber Steel aggro on the pod.
Finally
So-
have an Amber Steel aggro. What everybody was so scared of. The ink first place.
Look how many dollars.
And it still is super strong. Like, it's super good. I think the low-key MVP of the deck is Prince Bodyguard 05.
05, bro.
Whenever I play test and then I end up running into one of these, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty good. Like, I'm built for this deck. And then they play the Prince Bodyguard, and I'm like, oh, that changed everything. Like,
Or it's worse when they play Lady into Prince Bodyguard.
yeah,
and you're
exactly. And you're like, oh, great, that's great. Like, you haven't exerted, but now you're going to 12, and you have a 05 Bodyguard, and
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up.
Yeah, you have still Jim Dean and then Snow White. If everyone did their leagues and locals, you should have a playset of these the Snow White promos. This character can't be challenged. I know there's a lot of ping damage and stuff like that, but you know, I think like Ruby Steel.
How does Blorple beat that card?
Yeah, for
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
even into
literally.
the unknown.
That's like your only out.
Yeah,
you have
like-
to have
You have to.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, Ruby Steel would cry if it saw this every time.
Yeah. So,
Now-
I mean, everybody knows the line, right? Like, it's supposed to be
This one's a little
Daisy, Nala, Tiana into Lady and Prince.
Yeah, a
And
lot
I
of
think that's like
two-ups.
almost. It feels almost unstoppable.
Dude, I'm for real, man. I say a lot of 2-ofs and 3-ofs in the deck. You even have the Rapunzel's Tower, right? You got 2 Rapunzel's Tower, 2 Fire the Cannons goaded. 2 Pete's. I like the 2 Pete's.
I think it's
I
fine.
feel like you don't need to see a lot. It's like how
Yeah.
we see Ursula.
It's
and
only
for
for the
Ursula, it's
steel,
fine. 2 Daisy Ducks.
Wrong.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
Like, what do I know?
my tiny control player brain can't comprehend
It's like...
aggro. It's
I feel
It's-
like
you
they
turn
go
right to go
to.
left.
I
You know
feel
what
like
I'm
they
saying?
go
Got
to. I feel like they went to 2 daisies just because of the high uninkable count.
They
Like
cut
I
the-
said,
they
I
cut
feel
the
like
Nala.
the print Nala
you can't. I don't
questing
think-
for
Like,
3.
you
Questing
go 3.
questing for 3 is the best thing you can do in Lorcana.
Yeah, duh. That's the name of the
Oh,
pod.
So now, so now you guys are telling me Nala's a good card. That's crazy. That's crazy.
said it was bad?
I was hyping it up this whole time.
I don't think I've ever once
We
said
were
that
like,
card was
we were
bad.
like, everyone on purpose was like, it's just not that card in this deck. But Amber Steel,
Maybe not in purple steel,
No,
but
but
Amber
Amber
Steel,
Steel-
is
yeah,
just
Amber
is
Steel
too
is
good,
crazy.
and
Yeah.
questing
the
for
bolt,
3 is
the
just too
bolt
good.
quest for 4 though. It's very
The
nice.
bulk quest for 4 is super nice once you already have your bodyguard out there because they really can't get to it.
I know there's another Amber Steel that's more streamlined on the same one.
I mean, I feel like this is pretty cookie cutter. The
Yeah.
only weird cards would be like, I won't give in.
Right. It's just once you run out of the draw, you're like your Prince can sing the I won't give in and bring back your...
Yeah.
And is Aurora's target? Is it only the Prince? You have Tiana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Snow White.
So I mean, the
guess.
nuts draw, right, is probably like Aurora into Tiana
Right.
into Lady. That's
Yeah.
probably like the nuts.
That's the nuts, yeah.
Like,
Totally. And they don't. That's what I mean. They don't even exert until they're about to quest for 10, and they have
Right.
their bodyguards, and
They're
they
learning.
have.
Remember, they used to just exert. Now they're waiting.
whoa.
Because they're like, wait, there's no B prep?
Dude, the peanut shell's
There's
cracking.
expanding. Y'all are just mad. We're going fast, baby. Need
But
more
it's,
speed.
yeah.
it's actually just so wild that it's taken, like, after all these tournaments, funny enough, we've only had,
Oh, your steps on the remote.
funny enough, we've only had like 2 weeks of the new set, but I feel like
Right.
we've had so many events.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And this is the first event we've seen Amber Steel.
Yeah, actually
Perform.
be the menace that it was.
Yeah.
That everybody talks about.
You think because people were like, didn't see it that first week? And you were saying, like,
Do you
were
remember
saying-
last
yeah,
week
you
how
were
I
saying,
said? I was like,
Yeah.
everybody's going to play Amber Steel the next week, dude.
Right.
And guess what? Here we are now, you know? So, honestly, I think a lot of people are just afraid to play this deck just
Yeah.
because it has such a huge target on its head.
Yeah, everybody's building to beat it. But I mean,
Don't worry.
even when you build to beat it, it's the nuts, man. Like
You just
Yeah,
gotta-
like,
you gotta
sometimes
get it.
you just
You get it.
go fast.
it's a dice roll. I mean, it's almost impossible to beat on the draw. You know? What
Oh
I mean?
yeah, no.
Like there's no shot.
Yeah.
Like you almost have no shot. It doesn't matter what matchup you're playing. So once you're going into it, you're just
Yeah.
playing for
And
dice
it's
roll.
like,
almost.
you know, and if I get my line, bro, don't get mad because my mulligan was better than yours. Like, I just got it off, bro.
Just be
It's
careful,
like,
dude, when you strap your helmet on that you don't cut off the circulation to your brain.
Ultra
So I mean,
four?
yeah, that's definitely the nuts. Even after all those things come down, like and they have their bodyguard. Sometimes they won't even exert their bodyguard and wait until they have the tower and put everything in tower and then exert and be like, "What are you gonna do?"
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
I can't wait to try to test this one out for sure. See if I can make it any more streamlined than it already is. But yeah,
I mean,
for
there's some
Nala,
things you can
yeah,
change.
Nala,
Yeah, it
Nala's
feels pretty
so
good. Maybe you don't need so many techs. You probably teched for a very big event. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, when you know your room, you already know
I feel like I'd fit a
what you're gonna
troubadour
have.
in there.
It's always
For
So
what?
you can,
It's
you can
always so
sing
good.
like strength with just one character.
You don't need
bro.
Troubadour.
Yeah.
You don't need Troubadour. You're not songs.
Yeah, you're going
you're-
mid range
It's
at that
over,
point.
huh?
Songs is over.
Yeah.
RIP songs. But yeah, super good deck. But I
Those
mean,
are-
yeah, that's our meta
That's
wrap
all the
up.
decks,
That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much all the decks that we have to cover
Yeah.
today.
I would say those are probably like the decks to look forward to going into the
Going into
Maybe
the
next
weekend,
week,
yeah, next
yeah.
week and a half or
So,
so.
Red X just confirmed dead. Just red.
Ruby.
Red,
Hey, we're
purple.
still trying. We're still
Blue,
trying. Behind the
red.
scenes,
Hey,
we're
dude.
still trying to figure it
I
out.
honestly
but-
feel like if red anything was a deck, DK would have put it out by now. Because that dude only plays two
Plays-
colors.
Yeah, blue and red. I hear you.
So if he hasn't figured it out by now, I don't
It's
know.
tough.
It
We're
might
gonna
be
see.
tough.
No,
Yeah.
we're all just putting it on his shoulders, bro.
I'm just
He's-
saying,
he's
yeah,
him.
He's,
He's
the
the
guy.
guy.
He's the guy.
Bro,
Yeah, it really is.
he won Worlds with RB.
Red,
Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
okay, who are we gonna look to? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna look to. I don't know who doesn't play.
He's probably waiting
blue-red.
for Whispers
Zach
in the
Pippen,
Well,
Zach
right?
Pippen.
Yeah. Like,
Hey,
I'm
hey,
not-
that's my guy, bro.
yeah, like
That's
I'm
my
not gonna
guy.
be like, hey, yo, Zach, like, let me get that RB list, you know? Like,
it's
yeah,
gonna be
for
turned
sure.
into like
Nah,
sports
absolutely.
goat talks.
yeah.
You don't remember how good Zach Pippen was. You don't remember how good he was.
So I honestly think that the Maui Shark days might be
Tough.
over
Potentially.
for now.
Whispers
now.
in the Well.
Whispers
Yeah,
in the
we're
Well, they
back.
just send out. You'll see right here. They just showed out the content or like their boxes and stuff.
Oh
do
yeah,
you mean?
that's true.
Yeah, like
they
their
some
booster
some leaks
boxes, all
have
their
came
merch,
out
all
from
their
Whispers
merch.
of the Well.
But no
so
cards though.
No cards, but
potentially
you can see the
some
art.
like some cards from the starter decks,
Mm.
and potentially
I
we're
got you.
getting a boost mechanic.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did see
too.
that. That looks cool.
It looks
yeah,
gonna look like,
I
it's
actually-
gonna
I
be
actually do like
interesting. Like I don't know how that's gonna work.
Like it's just
Yeah.
the
gonna be really cool.
mats and just the mats and stuff. Like
Just
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so
just
I saw
art.
that. I saw that. but-
no cards, just a product.
Oh,
casings.
okay.
But that's fun.
But
too,
we'll
yeah,
see. You
too.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? That'll be for Whispers in the Well season.
I mean, the Jasmine playmat is so good. Sorry.
And Gargoyles coming out.
Oh,
next
also
set
too,
Gargoyles will be sick.
if you don't have your Tamatoas and your like Donald or your Scrooges and stuff for blue, now's such a good time to
Oswald?
get them.
Yeah, now it's
Oswalds
huge.
are low too. Like any of those blue cards that like are
That were
item
good,
based.
Yeah,
potentially will be
item-based,
good. Yeah.
So I do know that we are supposed to go back to Zootopia. Like we're gonna get a big Zootopia
Yeah, right.
thing in Whispers.
Okay. Confirm.
Popsicle reprint.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh my god.
potentially.
Potentially.
If that card comes back,
Yeah.
Tamatoa is gonna be a $50 card.
Yeah,
again.
Thomas huge
So
again.
good.
Yeah.
So-
I think I'm missing one.
Buy
more.
them while they're cheap. Really.
So if you don't know a shop where to buy them, I don't know where to tell you guys. If you don't know.
Whoa.
Whoa. Well, yeah. I'll hit you up later.
Yeah,
Clem,
yeah,
so-
Just let me know. I got you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. All right, well, I think that's the part. Unless there's anything else, like any news
No,
you guys
I
have
think we
for us.
covered it. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, I feel good. As you guys can see, aggro is never dead, guys.
It's done.
Never dead. All right. We'll catch you guys later. We're Quest for 3. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, Quest out.